Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Bryan. Were you ready to see Pittsburgh Steelers rookie wide receiver Calvin Austin III make his NFL debut on Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles? Well, based on what Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said on Tuesday during his weekly press conference, Austin's NFL debut isn't likely to happen this coming weekend. In fact, it's really sounding more and more like Austin's NFL debut might not take place until 2023 at the earliest. On Tuesday, Tomlin was asked if he has any indication that Watson will at least be activated from the reserve injured list to the active 53-man roster this week, and that's because the rookie's 21-day window as an eligible to return player expires on Wednesday. "I hadn't asked," Tomlin said. "It's the early portions of the week. We've been more into schematics and the game planning. I'm sure I'll get some clarification a little later, maybe even later on today. It just hadn't been a high priority for me at this juncture. This guy hadn't played in a stadium yet anyway. He hadn't played in a preseason stadium, and so it's more about development for him, and that's the perspective that I have. I'm just being realistic. Up or down, active or inactive, his overall readiness this weekend is probably not a high probability, and I'm just being straightforward." If you're scoring at home, Wednesday by 4 o'clock Eastern Time is the key line in the sand when it comes to Austin, who had his 21-day practice window open on October 5th. Did Austin have some sort of setback with his foot since resuming practice nearly 3 weeks ago? I suppose that's quite possible, and that's sort of been the rumor floating around for the last week or so, I think. Assuming Austin's window expires on Wednesday without an activation to the 53-man roster, the rookie fourth-round draft pick out of Memphis will remain on the reserve injured list the remainder of the season. He will also no longer be able to practice as well. If, by some chance, however, Austin is activated to the 53-man roster on Wednesday, which certainly seems like it might be a long shot at this point, such a move would require a reciprocal one. Additionally, Austin would still likely wind up being inactive for the Sunday game against the Eagles if he is put back on the 53-man roster. In closing, the hope was that Austin would provide the Steelers a speedy slot and Z receiver option in 2022 at some point during his rookie season, and one that could provide much-needed explosive plays for the offense, and especially after the catch. Unless something changes on Wednesday, we'll be waiting until next season to see what Austin can bring to the Steelers offense. Keep your fingers crossed that we get a surprise by 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Skazora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.